We just finished laser engraving this metal pocket knife. This was the first time that we have ever engraved one of these since it's a new product for us. So why don't you watch and see how we did this and see if we get lucky with our settings on the first try. So this is a fairly new product from JDS Industries. We decided to give these a try. They have a whole collection of these Bison River branded knives. You can get them in several different colors. You can even get a wooden one. So we decided that we would pick up a few of them and give them a try. They're pretty much just the standard little tactical knife with the little clip on the back of it. It has a glass break and a seatbelt cutter here. And it has a quick release for the knife blade and it locks. And then you can shut it just like that. So yeah, it's just a pretty much standard knife. Now to engrave this knife today, we're going to use the Thunder Laser Aurora 8 fiber laser. But since it is a coating on this, you should be able to use a CO2 laser such as the Thunderbolt or the Nova series, anything like that. These should engrave as well on that, but we just really like this fiber laser for stuff like this. I'm hoping we get lucky with our settings on the first try, so let's take a look over here. I'll show you what we're going to try. So we don't have a jig made specifically for this knife yet, so we're going to just lay this on our laser and go with it. It needs to be level, so we are using this back off of a name tag that you can get, and it's pretty close to the same thickness as the clip that's on the back of the knife, so we think we can just put it on here and make it work. So we're going to give it a try at least. We're going to see how level it is whenever we place it down here. And as we look at this, we can see it's not quite level. We're going to have to put something else underneath the edge of it to try to make sure it's going to work. And cardboard is too thick, so we need to try to find something that's kind of in between. So we're going to try this leatherette patch and see if that's going to work, and that's actually too much. So we've got to find something else that is going to work. We're just going to fold up this piece of paper and we'll see how that'll work. I think that might be enough. Scooted the paper down a little bit and that is pretty close. I think that's about as close as we can expect to get it on this. I think it'll be perfectly fine like that. So now we need to focus on this. So we're just going to pull it out here to wherever the red dot for the focus part is, and you can see it right there. So now all we need to do is just hit the autofocus button and it moves and it's in focus, so we can move it back to underneath the actual lens now. So we have our artwork here. We're going to put World's Best Papa on this one, or Pawpaw, however you want to pronounce that. And we've already chosen some settings that we think are going to work. We have some settings that we do for some pet ID tags, and I think this is going to be close. Let me show you what this entails. So for our settings, we actually have two different passes. Our first pass is going to be speed of 1500 millimeters per second, 40% power, and a frequency of 20. Our lines per inch on this one is at 254. You can see our other settings there if you need those, but I don't think that's going to matter as much here. We have one pass on that. And then for our second tab here, if we switch to that, you'll see we go to 750 millimeters per second, 37% power, and a 45 kilohertz frequency on this. And we also upped our lines per inch to 1016. So I think this is going to give us a bright white finish on here. I think this should look pretty good. So that's pretty much all it is for the settings. We're going to hope that this works. You'll find out with us. Now, one thing about this fiber laser, the frame option on here, when you click on it, I really like the different options that you can use. You can actually see kind of right where your artwork is going to be. So if you hit contour, you'll notice that it does show you kind of like all of the individual letters. I like hull or even bounds, where it just shows kind of the outline of where it's going to be. That lets you see where you need to position it. While you're in the frame and you're looking at kind of how it is laid out on your item, you actually can just use the arrow keys and move it around to wherever you need to. Once you have it positioned where you want it, then all you have to do is go ahead and press start. So there it goes. We're engraving this, and so far it's looking pretty good. Oh yeah, this second pass is going to make it much brighter. So I think this is going to work out perfect for us. We'll see when it's finished. We'll see how long it took, but I really think that we may have gotten lucky here because yeah, the settings are looking like they're going to turn out great for these. Yeah, I really can't complain with this at all. So that took 31 seconds to engrave, which is pretty quick for something like this. And I really think it looks great. I like the bright white finish on there. Can't complain. Now there is a little bit of a residue that's on there that we will just wipe off. It's pretty easy to clean stuff like this. We just use like a wet wipe because it works good. You can clean stuff and throw it away. What do you think? How do you think it turned out? So there you have it. Do you think we got lucky, or did we just use some of our experience and find a setting that worked pretty well? So I like how they turned out. I think it looks good with kind of a bright white finish on there. Have no complaints whatsoever. It finished very quickly. So I think this is a win. I think this will be a pretty popular product this year. By the way, if you're interested in learning more about this Aurora fiber laser or any of the Thunder laser machines, there is a link in the description below this video. If you decide to purchase one by using my link, it actually helps this channel. I hope you found this video helpful. Leave me a comment and let me know if you did, or if you didn't. Thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And until next time, God bless.